as you feel, as they say, as you feel moved. So, feel free. And if you have a picture, you brought a picture, show us your picture of this person. Val, you want to go next?
No, give me a little more time.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Come on up. The mic is already on.
Thanks. I'm lighting this candle for a dear senior friend of mine named Deb. You never know how close you are to a person until you lose them. Deb was the kind of senior that when I first came to the center, every program that I tried to develop and put together, she was right there with me. She would dance with me. She would surprise me at my birthday with gifts, cards, food. She would dress to impress, and she would travel. But during the pandemic, we lost her. And I didn't have a clue that she was even sick. And it just hurt me, and I still miss her today. Such a beautiful person, Deb. I know you're here. I know you're with me, because I'll never forget you.
Grab the mic for us. Once you turn your candle on.
I can't even get it on.
There it is.
I'm lighting the candle for my granddaughter, who passed away at 19 years old, and my daughter, whom we lost about 6 months ago. I lost my two girls. They were the ones that decorated the Christmas trees, so I'm just hanging a wreath this year, because I've been stopped putting up a tree. So now I have no one to put that tree up. So it was a long story, but I'm gonna make it very short. We had a house fire. 2 days later in the hotel room, my daughter had a stroke. Thank God he took her instantly so she didn't stay here for any of the aftermath effects of a stroke. I miss her so much, both of them, my only two girls.
Thank you for sharing that. No, leave it on. Leave it on. We want all these light lit up, and let's do a second one. And see, during the season, holiday season, some people celebrate, some people have to mourn. So we just need to acknowledge that what's in us, because Christmas trees aren't part of her ceremony anymore because of the pain associated with it. We need to make sure we continue to pray for other folks and to be kind. Simply be kind.
If I get through this.
Stop when you're ready.
I got a red one too, which is also my favorite color.
Use the mic for us.
I ended up with a red one too, which is also my favorite color. This is my husband, Kurt Henley. He passed away 3 months ago from Lewy body dementia and Parkinson's. And if you can see, he's a very handsome young man. And how I know that is because he always told me. He always told me from day one that he was really good looking. And I used to tell him, maybe let somebody else say that. And he says, well, it's a poor frog that doesn't praise his own pond or something like that. This is what he looked like near the end. A lot smaller. You can see the demeanor on his face was a little different. No facial expressions, please. And he would probably say that too. It's only been 3 months, so I'm still going through a lot. I do miss him, but I talk to him all the time. I have this huge poster of him that I had at the memorial because we cremated him because he'd gotten nobody would have wanted to see him looking like that. And it was enough for even me to see it. I walked by the post, I go, hey, honey, just like I used to always do, come in the house. Hey, honey, how you doing? But I know he's upstairs looking over me and telling me that I'm doing well. And I know in my heart I am doing well. I have tears right now, but trust me, I am doing well. I cry, but I'm still doing well. I've only known him for 14 years, but I thank God for those 14 because it could have been 4 or 6. I'm just grateful, grateful, grateful. He had 2 sons that were just with me 100%. And before the sons went back to Colorado, one of them said to me, he says, Val, you're still in the family. He just made me cry all over again. And I said, I know that.
This is hard to see, but this is a picture of me and my mom. My mother's name is Rosebud, and really, Rosebud, the flower. And, you know, I was reading something that said, when you get a rose, you can see the rose, you can see the bud, or you can see the thorns. What do you see? And it's usually the rose. And that's what I would say about my mom. It's the rose.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We weren't married, but we were a couple for a long time, about 10 years. And you had your ups, you had your downs. He did ask me to marry him, but he didn't pay his income taxes. But anyway, and like the other lady said, she said her husband told her every day how fine, or whenever, how fine he was. If anybody know George, AKA Lynch Hollywood, he was the same way. He made sure that you knew that he was fine, which he was. And especially in his younger days, I could tell he was fine, but he was something else. And, you know, because we weren't married, of course I didn't have any say-so of a lot of things that transpired. But I was there for him to the end. Saw him take his last breath. So yeah, they got a few pictures in here of us and everything. And his sister-in-law, who acted a fool, sister-in-law, she acted a fool, which increased some of my grief. But I said the devil would not have the victory, because you know they got words and stuff. So what they put with me in his picture was not what I would have put. But I just left it alone because some things are not even worth fighting for. And so I loved him, and he was a trip. But he knew I loved him, and that's all I want to say. God is good all the time, and we have some good memories. So what my pastor used to say, my founding pastor used to say, cherish what is dear while it is near, and not when it's far away. God bless everybody. Oh, I'm supposed to light the candle. Okay.
My name is Deborah Hayes, and I'm so very thankful again for Universal Dementia program. One of the things that I thought about, Dr. Duren, when you were saying reflect and reminisce, and one thing that came to my mind as I've been taking this journey with my sister is that it was a painful time. I decided to take her out shopping one day to pick up some stuff because she had stopped eating. I didn't know what she wanted to eat. And we went to Walmart, and we're going through there, and it was right when we entered the store, it just started off bad. And I was so angry at her because she could barely walk, and I didn't understand why. And I'm like, come on, you can do this. And even now, I feel so bad that I treated her like that. And we got back in the car. I was like, just forget it, and we just got back in the car. And she was crying. And I remember that, Dr. Duren, it hurt me so bad that I had spoken to her in such a way that it made her cry, and I didn't understand what she was going through. And then later when I shared it with Dr. Duren, she told me that, she asked me a very simple question: what color was the floor? And I was like, it was like a dark gray cement, at Walmart, you don't be thinking, or it's a dark gray carpet or something. She said, in their mind, they think they're falling in a hole. And then that made me realize to look around the house, because her steps had gotten real slow in the house. And so this burgundy carpet in the hallway, going up the stairs, or even trying to get her out to the front porch, it was real trying. And so again, I just started to understand and stop, saying, you can do this, and then just, falling in love with my sister all over again in this way, okay? So I wanted to show you some pictures. She's the oldest, I'm the youngest, I'm the baby. She's 81. And so it's a 15-year difference between us. When I got out of high school, she was the one hanging out, blah, blah, blah. And she took me under her wings, and we partied and everything. And so I felt like she taught me the street, And so eventually we got back to our original roots because we were raised in the church. And then we started noticing that she was forgetting things. It was not like her. And so anyway, fast forward, I have so many pictures. So I'm so proud of my sister. This is her. I think she's so fine in this picture with her fur coat on. I brought several of them, had them blowed up. This is her smile. Let's love her. This is Doris. This is her. And this is her in church with her girlfriend, who's the pastor now. She helped her go to seminary. She helped pay for her college because she started at an older age going to seminary. This picture I love. This is my sister, me combing her hair or shampooing her hair. You notice, I know some people might not know, but they don't really like water to touch them. So I give her a dry shampoo, and this is how long her hair is. If I brush it out, my arm was almost going to the floor. This is a picture of my grandbaby feeding my sister. My sister is bedridden. She's nonverbal, and she hasn't been out of the bed for 3 years. But everybody pitches in and helps, even my grandbaby. A lot of my great nieces and nephews. And this is my sister now. She's in the bed, but I got her lipstick on her. I always try to make her look as pretty and comfortable as possible, even if it's just buying her a new set of sheets, a new top, to put on because her legs are in a fetal position. So it's very painful for her if we try to put her on bottoms, okay? Well, that's my sister, and I love her. And she's been like that, bedridden, like I said, for 3 years. But she's still going strong. She gaining weight, just as heavy as she could be. And so am I. I feed her my day consists of getting up, trying to figure out what are the 3 meals we're going to eat. And even down to, I tell people, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I make sure the peanut butter and the jelly get on the edges of the bread, because that's for me. Thank you for listening.
It is so important to know that there's some wonderful stories that you possess as caregivers. You have moments that nobody else has, and so thank you for that. And then if we get mad at ourselves every time we didn't do exactly what we thought we should do, we'd be mad all the time. So just as I say, let it go. Anybody else care to share? Totally up to you. Okay. Thank you for that. It is such a gift when someone chooses to let you into their space. Something very personal, something very private, and I'm supposed to have a mic. Thank you. It is something very special when people allow you into their space and share their hearts with you. Come on. Nothing wrong with having a thought, and sometimes you just need some energy to move.
Good afternoon, I think. My Auntie Dora, who is my mother's oldest sister, passed away during the pandemic as well. But she would want to be at a gathering like this. She helped my mom. She didn't have any children of her own, but she helped my mother raise the 4 of my mom's children. She was always in the background. She was always, she helped with schooling. She helped with trips. She helped to expand our lives that my mother and father couldn't do. But in a gathering like this for Christmas, she would really want to be here because she liked to eat. And the thing she liked to do, which we kind of always laugh at, is to get a plate, fill it up with food, and take it home. And so like here, she might not even be listening. She would probably be scoping out the table to see how she could get over there and get some more food to take home. But she was well loved by our family, and she would have loved to be here today, and we would have loved to have her here today.
As she was talking, I thought about my mother. After she passed and we were cleaning out the closet, I found a piece of chicken in one of her purses. She was from that time period where you just brought stuff home from places and you won't make it stretch and stretch. And I couldn't stop laughing that I found a piece of chicken in her purse as we were cleaning out the house. So, again, thank you for that. We appreciate all of your willingness to share. We have one of the things that Universal Dementia does is we identify caregivers that for special recognition. And I want to just, those of you, and we usually have 4 a year. And so what we do is they fill out an application, we review it, and pick someone to be the caregiver of that quarter. And we then invite them here and have you all recognize them too. We give them a $100 gift card as our way of saying, we want to celebrate the work you're doing. And so any of those in the room of my other 3 that were from previous sessions, are you here? I know one is, and I don't, you can stand up and everybody can smile at you too. That's Barbara Gooch, and Barbara was part of our 4 caregivers. So next year, and I want to totally recognize Malcolm. Come up. And ask Ann if she'll give me that card with Malcolm's name on it. No, you're not in trouble. Malcolm is our caregiver, our last caregiver for this quarter. Malcolm Swift, and I'd like you to know he's such a great guy. He's taking care of his wife. And how long have you been caring for your wife?
Oh, right now, well, she was diagnosed in 2016. So she's been at the house. I had a caregiver there, and she got kind of aggressive, so I had to take her to a nursing home. So she's been there about a couple of years now. Plus, today is her birthday.
Oh, what I'd like you to do, everybody, let's give some love to Malcolm.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And your $100 gift card
Oh, wow.
to be recognized. We also normally have an article in the Urban Aging Newsletter. If you don't know that document, please check it out. Pat Rencher is the editor. And you have a personal article on who you are and who you're caring for. What I'd like you to do is take, Malcolm's is long-winded, so I'd like you to take 2 minutes, for real, 2 minutes.
Okay.
And just tell us about your experience of being a caregiver.
Well, first of all, I'm glad to be here. Thank you very much. I didn't know anything about Alzheimer's, dementia, none of that stuff. Growing up, I was told, don't talk to that man or that woman or whatever, because they got crazy and they got the old folks disease. But when my wife got sick, I noticed that some things were changing. So some things she did, like she would get lost driving. She'd call me up and tell me, you know, I'm trying to get to church, but I'm at such a street, so I had to go over there, tell her exactly where you at. You know, tell me where you at, and I'll guide you here, either I'll come pick you up. So that happened, then I would follow her, and she'd go past our turn and go all the way downtown, and said, I'm going from downtown home. But it was a lot of little things she did. Then she got out. One day she would, you know, a lot of little small things I didn't notice until after I started reading about it. So I joined a couple of groups. One was Universal Dementia, one was the Alzheimer's Association. And I read about it and learned about it. So now I'm able to help a lot of people. And, you know, so it was very interesting. And I still take care of her now. When I go to a nursing home, we danced last Saturday to Teddy Pendergrass and all the rest of them in her wheelchair. So, you know, she's happy now. And I'm kind of happy where she's at. So everything is pretty good right now. So I thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Paula.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we wanted to recognize Malcolm. We wanted to recognize you. We've been given two gift cards, and ask Ann if she can bring in the three gifts that Miss Sylvia gave us. And what we're going to do, we need to give each of you a raffle ticket, because we're just going to pull for these. Ann is passing those. Ann will pass those out. Yes, ma'am. Just bring, that's the other thing. A number of you have started bringing in things that you don't need anymore, like briefs, diapers, bed covers. We bring them here and leave them on the table for you to take home if you need them. Because sometimes you may not have the little extra money to get the things you need. So we're starting to support each other in that way. I'm big on community. If we can figure out a way to help each other, we need to do it. So there are things on the table that if you'd like to have, they're from people, like Val brought stuff from her husband. Please take those things and use them. Don't just take them, because my mama would take stuff because it was free and didn't need it at all. Take it because you can use it, for real. Because you just never know, somebody, oh, you know, the neighbor you know is in trouble, just help them out. Help them out. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Crystal, Ann, you want Crystal to help you? So I want all of you to get a blue ticket so you can be in there. We have 2 men's gifts and 1 woman's gift. Miss Sylvia Dixon gave us this, and she put it together for us, and we're thankful for that. And then I was given a gift card, $25, I believe. A gas card from Warren Evans. We don't thank you very much for that. And then we have Miss Marshall and Jim gave us a $25 gift card. And you know what? I just appreciate you all doing that. Because sometimes they say, well, that's not much, but it's more than you had. But the fact that people are willing to be kind, that's all it is. The people are willing to be kind. So I'm just talking until they get all the little tickets out. Yes, ma'am.
You know what, when you were saying that people had given you stuff to lay out on the table because they no longer needed it.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention, in case you would be interested, that I'm cleaning out all my closet, and I have so much almost brand new shoes, purses, clothing with tags on them that people have given to me. And it can be room.
Unfortunately, first of all, let me say thank you. But I don't have any capacity of where to keep it. Maybe one of these days, maybe one of you have stuff. They might come to her and see, let her know if you would be interested in connecting in that way. No, I'm a believer. Pass it on. Crystal, everyone has a ticket? Everybody has a blue ticket? And ask Ann if she passed out the evaluation too. So now they need to bring me some tickets and some receipts so I can pull. And those of you that lit candles, feel free to take your candle with you. And if you didn't light a candle but you wish you had, take one with you. And you can, some of us are shy. I'm not, but some of us are shy. And we want to do this in the privacy of our own homes. And I think that should be fine. Everybody expresses themselves differently. And we honor and respect that. Let's do this gas card that we were shared with Mr. Evans. Oh, this is Krista White, for those of you who don't know her. Most of you probably do. She is our partner with the Detroit Area Agency on Aging. All right, this is the ticket. The last three are 179. All right, we'll come get... Keeping it at the table, huh? She said it was fixed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I feel like they all right together. 161. 161. $25 gift card. Oh, did you win your own card back?
I don't know.
I think so. Well, this is a man's, right? No, that was for you.
Thank you.
6-1.
Clap, give them some claps. $175. Come on over. How about some love? Come on, y'all. Energy, enthusiasm.
Okay, that side of the room is winning over here. We need some
Something on this side, don't we?
on this side of the room. Come on.
Thank you so much. All right. 167. Would it be convenient for us to bring it back? I think this is a man's gift. I apologize. I was going to say, you got somebody next to you. And the last one, please feel free to finish the evaluation once we're done. 163. What is this, Sylvia? It's a blanket.
Thank you. Thank you.
How about an appreciation for everybody? So with this, I am going to say it's been a gift to serve you this year. Please fill out the evaluation. We appreciate it. Also, as you know, we are a small nonprofit. We have left on your table ways that you can donate. If you'd like to donate to Universal Dementia, we've got 5 or 6 ways to do it. Please donate. Cash App, check or cash, PayPal, Zelle. We give you all kind of ways. And so we appreciate it if you would help us continue to grow and develop as a nonprofit. You have a document coming up, Crystal.
Thank you, Dr. Duren. This was a wonderful event, right? Please give our fearless leader, yes. My mom's birthday was on the 5th of December, and she loved red. So I'm thinking about her today as well. Calling all male caregivers. Can I see a hand of male caregivers? Raise your hand if you are a male caregiver. Okay, maybe you were a recent male caregiver. Okay, we'll go for that. So my colleague who is not with me today, you met Laura Riddick. She's the other caregiver support coordinator at DAAA. We are having a calling all male caregivers starting. It's a powerful tools for caregivers class. It is a 6-week free virtual class, right, in which we will go over all kinds of strategies and wonderful information for caregivers learning about self-care. What's the word? Self-care. I know Dr. Duren spends a whole lot of time talking about that, and so do we over at Detroit Area Agency on Aging. We normally do give this class, and it's co-ed, men and women, but we wanted to do a special focus on male caregivers. We did an event back in June for all men, male caregivers, and it was wonderful, and they left there saying, what's next? And thanks for thinking about us, because I always say men are real caregivers too, right? So if you are interested in signing up, it is free. Come see me out at the table. If you haven't already, I think we talked about it a little bit before, but thank you so much, and I'll see you outside.
One last thing. I want you all to know we serviced this year 900 people. Over 1,000 instructional hours that we provided in support and recognition of you and your needs. Our ratings on our performance is about 98%. And so we do these lunch and learns, we do boot camps, we do online support groups. All of those are free and open to the public. We also do an online dementia class, which is 4 sessions. I published a new book this year, On the Front Porch. If you haven't bought it, please purchase our book. It's only $20. I've got some in the car if you want, and it's stories of African American caregivers. And what else, guys? We will be 10 years old next year. We have made it past the mark, and being 10 years old, we will figure out how to have a wonderful celebration of our growth as 10 years old. Any questions or emotional outbursts as we prepare to leave this session together? All right. If not, thank you for the gift of time. We have a volunteer group, and what's this? Thanks. We're going to go and say thank you. You all have a wonderful holiday season. And if we can take the holiday season into March, April, May, June, that would be a gift. Thank you for being here. We're doing a session in January, and I'm looking to interview 4 or 5 caregivers that are interested in being on a live session online in January the 11th. So let me know. I'm looking for some personality types that might be interested in participating. I need you to have some energy and enthusiasm. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.